We're here at the Star in Frisco, the practice facility of the Dallas Cowboys, as we await for Big 12 Media Days on Tuesday and Wednesday of this week. For Devil's Digest, I'm Justin Lestratosa. That's publisher Hod Urbino and Hode, the reigning Big 12 champs ASU. They'll be here at Media Day tomorrow, Tuesday. That'll be taking place, a bunch of different events for all these players. And a Big 12 preseason list came out today. Not the one that fans are accustomed to seeing at this time of year, but a list nonetheless, and ASU was pretty well represented.
Yeah, Justin, I don't know. I think the Sun Devils may have broke the system. I know this has been mentioned ad nauseum all of last year and a good portion of this year too, how ASU in the preseason media poll was picked in 16th and last place. We know what ensued after that. So the Big 12 decided no media preseason poll this year. But instead of that, another list did come out. A list that ASU was represented very well. Actually had the most representatives out of any conference team. That is the preseason All Big 12 team. ASU has 5 representatives on this team, including Sam Levitt as an offensive preseason player of the year, wide receiver Jordan Tyson, defensive back Xavier Alford, offensive lineman Ben Coleman, and defensive tackle CJ Fight. All 5 of them, along with defensive end Clayton Smith, are going to be here representing Arizona State. Kind of interesting that some teams chose to bring just 3 or 4 players to this event. ASU is going with a full slate of 6 players, obviously along with head coach Kenny Dillingham. So it looks like ASU is still getting respect as Big 12 champs. I think just having those 5 players on the all Big 12 preseason team is definitely a good representative list of the leaders of the Sun Devils on either side of the ball. So it's good to see that Arizona State in that respect is getting respect ahead of the 2025 season.
Yeah, Hoden, a lot of the discourse and dialogue around this team has been the void that's going to be left without Cam Skattebo, him going to the NFL to the New York Giants. Funny enough, the division rival of the Dallas Cowboys. But regardless, a lot of the dialogue's been around that for this team. But maybe not as much so for the tandem of Sam Levitt and Jordan Tyson coming back and the defense that returns all but one starter from last season. Do you think there should maybe be more light shed onto that?
I just think, like, if you're somebody who thinks that defense wins championships, you definitely have to like what Arizona State returns on that side of the ball. All but one starter, nickelback Shamari Simmons, are back for the Sun Devils in 2025. And I think, moreover, you also have most of the 2D almost in each and every position on this ASU roster is also returning from last year. Now, don't get me wrong. I think that just like Cam Skattebo at running back is a big void to fill, Shamari Simmons at nickelback is also going to be some pretty big shoes to fill. But nonetheless, I think that the amount of talent that Arizona State does have returning on defense should, by default, really make them one of the favorites to win the Big 12 championship. I mean, I guess we can just wonder if there was a media preseason poll. I know Arizona State would not get picked in 16th and last place, but I kind of wonder would they get the most first place votes when it is dispersed by the Big 12 media. I guess we'll never know. But yeah, I think that's going to be one question that Kenny Dillingham, Sam Levitt, probably even Jordan Tyson have been asked up-teen times just in the first 7 months of the year. What does life look like without Cam Skattebo? And look, I know the burden of proof is going to be on this offense, but I think when you have an offensive-minded head coach in Kenny Dillingham, a great offensive coordinator in Marcus Arroyo, I think that overall this team is going to come up with some solutions. I think there's going to be definitely more creativity. Not a knock on Cam Skattebo, but it was just easy just to hand him the ball on first down, on second down, no matter how many yards it was to have to get the chains moving. Cam Skattebo will get that done. It's probably going to be a little different approach. I know you and I talked a lot about, I guess we're finally going to see running back by committee in Tempe. I know it's been a while since we've seen that. A lot of head coaches and offensive coordinators have been talking about it, but I think just with the makeup of the roster, we're definitely going to see that. But I'm really curious to see Sam Levitt and Jordan Tyson, who, in my opinion, and some may be called biased, is the best returning quarterback wide receiver duo in the entire conference, and I definitely put it top 5 in the country just based on the numbers that we're able to produce in 2024. If that connection, which is only going to get better now that the chemistry is that much enhanced compared to 2024, that can really yield a lot of productivity on offense. I do like the whole roster of wide receivers that we've seen around them. Guys like Jordan Hamilton and Jalen Moss, key transfers that they could come to that side of the ball. And I think that they can just really also improve the offense that much more. And I know you and I talked about it after spring practice concluded. This tight end group of Shaman Mateer, Kamari Anderson, freshman AJ Ia. This is also one component that can definitely compensate for some of those receiving yards that Cam Skattebo has left behind. So I think that really there's a lot to be excited about this ASU offense. Sure, it might look different when you don't have an alpha dog running back like Cam Skattebo, but I like to think that if some people think that the Sun Devil offense is about to take a major step back just because of Skattebo not being in the lineup anymore, I think they're going to be disappointed, and Sun Devil fans in turn are going to be pleased.
Yeah, and it's been a long while since ASU's had expectations to this level going into a season. Obviously, you know what last season was, the Cinderella story, but now the Hunters have become the Hunted. A lot of hype, a lot of expectation. Again, 5 players on the Big 12 preseason roster, and Sam Levitt as well being named the preseason Offensive Player of the Year, favorite for the Big 12. There's been a lot of talk about handling success, and that's easier said than done, but what would you like to see out of ASU in the fall, getting ready for the season and the season as a whole to do that?
Yeah, I really think when it comes to the mental makeup of this team, and we talked so much about it. I know the coaches and players talked about it so much that really just the team chemistry and the team vibe going all the way back to January of last year, how everything really did gel and really did come together. You know, I guess we never got a straight answer that getting picked last in the preseason media poll last year was it really bulletin board material. Did the players and coaches really talk about it all that much? But I think ASU, definitely in the month of November, I remember like something that we discussed quite a bit when they had just 5 games in the month of November, which is kind of rare to begin with for any team, and they go 5-0 in November. That to me proved that they can definitely handle success. Now, I know that a lot of jaded Sun Devil fans are going to say, well, you know what, we've been a fan for this team 20, 40 years, and we know when expectations are high, that's when the team doesn't do well. When expectations are low, like they were last year, can't get much lower than that, that's when the team does exceed expectation and really does surprise. So maybe there are some fans in Tempe and the surrounding area that are saying themselves for disappointment, but I really don't think it's going to be because ASU is not able to handle success, because I just think that the mindset that Kenny Dillingham has instilled in this team in very short order. Let's not forget, Kenny Dillingham is going only into his 3rd season as the head coach of the Sun Devils. I think that just the groundwork that's been laid is something that really produced a lot of positive results. And again, I just look at what happened last year, especially in the month of November. This is an ASU team that can handle success. So I don't think they're coming into the season with a chest puffed up. And going back to the earlier point about what is ASU going to do after Cam Skattebo, that's almost like a measure of disrespect to guys, especially like Sam Levitt and Jordan Tyson, and really the rest of the ASU offense. So again, whether it's going to be bulletin board material or something they're really not going to pay a whole lot of attention, but I think they just need to find some kind of motivation and definitely not be complacent. I think that's one aspect that can be in their favor. So I'm really curious to see what's going to happen this year. And again, we talk a lot about the offense, and there's definitely, I think, collectively better pieces in this year's offense than there was last year. But guys, don't forget about this defense. And I think that no matter what the record of the Sun Devils is going to be this year, you're going to see more than a game or two where this ASU defense is really going to carry the entire team. And with all the talent that they have, again, not only as starters, but also in 2 deep, I think it's going to pay hefty dividends for Arizona State.
Well, thank you, Hode. We'll be back here tomorrow to catch all of the action and all the scoops for ASU at Big 12 Media Day, Day 1. So to catch all the coverage, go to DevilsDigest.com. Follow Devils Digest on Twitter at Devils Digest. I'm Justin Lester. That's publisher Hode Rubino. We'll talk to you guys soon.